Welcome to another episode of Stando and Espy Play. Stando here.
Espy here.
And we're probably going to break this up into 4 videos for you guys that are watching on YouTube. Let me count again. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4 videos. But if you want to hear everything in one continuous motion podcast form, head over to Spreaker.com. Look up Stando and Espy Play on Spreaker.
Now, this is our biggest show that we cover for the year.
Absolutely. Matter of fact, what we're doing is we're covering everything that was shown at the E3 press conferences. There was a lot more announcements on the floor, like Doom and things like that. That's a whole other video for another time.
So, my thing is, when we covered this last year, we had very little notes. And it mentioned very little about next
A lot of this year is, of course, new announcements. And then a lot of it is rehash stuff that we saw last year for the first time that hasn't come out yet.
Right. But it was, last year was focused on last gen. Everything that they're fixing.
Well, it was more cross
Yeah, very little did we know about what was going to happen with our next gen consoles. We knew what it was when they were coming out. We just didn't know the details.
And there was a lot of cross gen.
Yeah, this year it's all
next gen. They didn't, just to be clear, PS3 was not mentioned. Xbox 360 was not mentioned, and of course Wii was not mentioned at all. And matter of fact, Kinect was not mentioned.
I actually seen a commercial.
Nobody ever said the word Kinect.
I seen a commercial for the Xbox One
without the Kinect for $400.
Yes,
absolutely.
That's actually an awesome thing.
Also, remember, and I'll probably give several announcements to this during this podcast, but you can check out all the press conferences. Go to standoandespyplay.weebly.com. We have all the press conferences. Just hit the Go Now button, as you can see here.
Yes.
So, all right. Let's start off with Microsoft and get things kicked off. Microsoft, of course, opened with Call of Duty gameplay, and it's going to drop November the 9th. And this is the Advanced Warfare. It still looks good.
Does it?
It is next gen.
Right.
It looks a lot better than Ghost looked. However, they showed the gameplay, and the gameplay is
the same.
I was expecting this. They showed a double jump, but other than that, it looked the same. Gameplay.
So is it earlier when we talked about this game coming out, you said you wanted to buy it.
I do want to buy it.
So are you still in that area?
Like I said,
you're leaning more towards, I'm just going to wait.
I have been burned by Call of Duty, so it is. I am going to wait, either borrow it from somebody or buy it secondhand. I'm not going to buy it brand new. Okay. This isn't on my. It's not got me hyped enough.
So why is it that every time Microsoft does a press conference, they open up with Call of Duty?
Because Xbox is known for shooters, and the Xbox Live community is a bunch of shooters. They love first-person shooters.
But I understand that. But why Call of Duty though?
Because it's the biggest first-person shooter. I mean, there's no denying it. It is what it is.
I was just wondering, because I mean, every time we've talked about it, it's been Call of Duty,
and usually the downloadable content, Microsoft gets
right.
It's a timed downloadable content. It's not like it's totally. We're going to get this DLC and nobody else is.
Yeah, no,
it's just you get it first on Xbox.
Right.
Xbox recognizes who's playing their systems, and
what games are being played.
So that's why they open Call of Duty. Forza 5, first of all, gets some free tracks. The Nuremberg comes to Forza 5, which we reviewed and played. Forza 5, excellent game. We gave it a 5 out of 5. Didn't like the microtransactions, but if you're going to give me something to purchase for DLC, they're not going to do that. They're just going to give it to you. It's free. So play the Nuremberg. Right after that, they announced Forza Horizon 2, which drops this September 30th.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Which is a year later, you get another Forza game. Of course, the Horizon series is more, it's an open world game, not just set tracks.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. And then they showed Evolve. Evolve is a very cool game. There's 3 playable monsters in this game.
Nice.
The one that they showed was the Kraken, of course.
Release that Kraken.
Release the Kraken. But this is a 4 versus 1 game. So you're 4 players they each have classes. Like there's the medic guy, there's the tracker, there's the trapper, there's the assault guy. Versus the monster. and one person plays the monster. So it's 4 versus 1, and what happens is the more this monster feeds, the stronger he gets.
The harder it is to beat.
The harder it is to beat this monster. So yeah, 4 versus 1.
Pretty cool.
And that's what this game is. That is pretty cool, and it looks amazing.
Pretty cool.
Assassin's Creed Unity made its debut. You saw the trailer just a couple of minutes ago.
Amazing.
4-player drop-in co-op throughout the campaign, I guess, during the French Revolution. What really is amazing is that 30% of the environment is like you can enter 30% of the buildings, and
which is cool because we're used to the you can't go in buildings.
It is pretty
part of the story mode, and it's a cinematic.
Another thing that we saw was how big the crowds are. Yes. They are huge.
They are,
and that really saying the graphics can't much more improved than what they are. I mean, definitely we're seeing higher, but it's not like the jump between PS2 and PS3 or Xbox and Xbox 360. There is a significant jump, but it's not the same as what it has been in the past. But what we are seeing is there's more stuff on the screen, and what's on the screen is a lot smarter. And behaves a lot more elegant. Realistic, yes. So that was pretty cool, and of course Xbox is going to get an exclusive mission and probably some exclusive time exclusive DLC. Dragon Age Inquisition comes out this October. That's another third-party plat game. It looks beautiful. It looks more like Skyrim than it does any of the past Dragon Age games. So looking forward to that because we're probably not going to get another Skyrim for a long time. So of course Dragon Age makes sense.
Oh yeah.
So excited about that. One of the biggest showings at Microsoft's was Sunset Overdrive. This game looks amazing. I don't know how to explain it. It's like the grown-up Ratchet and Clank. Of course, it's zombies and all this other stuff. And the trailer opens. The guy's making fun of the military guy that's hiding in cover. He's like, "Oh, hiding in cover? You're not going to get any kills that way. You're just going to get shot up." And you're just blasting around, sliding with it. It looks amazing. They showed actual gameplay.
Nice.
It's not. It's colorful.
Colorful.
It's not gray like all these other games. You know what I mean? Like how much black and grays and browns and stuff can we put in the world? It's actually pretty. There's some orange and blues and bright greens and
awesome.
So
awesome.
Yeah. Looks really, really good. Of course, you saw that last year, Sunset Overdrive, the soda guy.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? It's a zombie game, but it's a comical, grown-up Ratchet and Clank, bizarre weapons, move around the world.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, Dead Rising 3 has some new DLC. I can't remember the name of it. It's like something like Super Duper Alpha Omega whatever. So, in my notes, I just put Dead Rising 3 Arcade DLC. And it's available now, which is pretty cool. It was actually available during E3 too. So it went on sale right then. And what it is you can play as different Capcom characters in the same missions, arcadey, zombie, plowing.
Pretty cool.
So Ryu or
that'd be awesome.
Strider or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just crazy off the wall. Let's put it in there. That was pretty cool. Like I said, they didn't mention Kinect, but they did announce a new Dance Central game and a Fantasia Music Evolved. And the guy came out, said it was coming, and left. I mean, that was it. It's like, get this guy off the stage.
Maybe they're trying to veer away from having to have the Kinect.
No kidding.
Because they're realizing
it's dead in the water.
Hey, this ain't working.
So they did not show Kinect. They barely talked about it. Like I said, this guy came on, said what he had to say, he got off. He was up there for maybe a minute and a half.
Enough to announce the game.
Yeah, enough to announce the game. So, Dance Central Spotlight. Yeah. Fable Legends, they showed the beta's coming out this fall. They showed some gameplay. I'm not interested in that you can't, from what I can tell, you can't create your own character. You're stuck with one of these 4 classes. It is a multiplayer experience. One guy can play the bad guy and place on tablet and set up the traps and triggers and dungeons and. But this Fable doesn't have me hyped.
Right.
I don't know what it is. I am a huge RPG fan, and this game is just, I don't find it interesting.
So with
it looks good, but I don't find it interesting.
Right.
What were you going to?
They're actually moving a lot faster than I thought they would with these next gen consoles.
Absolutely.
Do you see that if we have, let's say we play the bad guy in a game, and we're, instead of playing on our system, or we're playing on our system, but we pull up an app that's linked to the console,
right?
And let's say they're walking through a house, and you lay traps on that app. Do you see it going in just about?
It's in real time.
In real time now.
It is in real time.
Do you see it as an, oh well, here's my tablet, I'm playing a game.
Or your iPhone or whatever.
Yeah, there. That's where they walk into it.
Yeah.
Are we going to see it?
It's interesting in theory because, like, if you did like a Dungeons and Dragons game, which nothing like that's been announced,
right?
But the tablet guy being the dungeon master
would be pretty awesome.
Would be pretty awesome.
It would. Think of it.
So, yeah. Then they show Project Spark. This is the create your own game.
Right.
Here's the tools. Blah blah blah. It looks very interesting. I'm captivated by it. I'm looking forward. I don't have time to set and create some of these worlds and games that people do, but I always enjoy playing what other people have.
Oh yeah.
So that's interesting, and I commend those people who have time.
That was like Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
Didn't create my own, but
love playing everybody else's.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. So Project Spark, definitely intrigued by this. Now, I understand they bought third-party licenses so that they can add other third-party content into Project Spark that people can create. Conquer the Squirrel was one of those. And that's not how you bring Conquer back. He should have got his own game. I'm just saying. Just saying. So, Ori, the Blind Forest. This looked pretty cool. It's like a little indie game, 2D platformer. Very compelling visuals.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It looks like it's going to be an emotional storytell game through a 2D platformer, from what I can tell.
Like Brothers?
It looks really pretty good. Except 2D.
That was a very
kind of like what's the one, like Trying To?
Yeah.
Except more heartfelt.
Pretty cool.
So, that's what I can tell from that. They showed Halo 5 Guardians very briefly. It's more like a cinematic trailer where we finally figure out who this, kind of get into who this possible antagonist is.
Right.
And he's looking for Master Chief.
That's the only man I know that can jump out of a spaceship in space, land on the ground, and walk up like nothing happened.
But the multiplayer beta starts this December, so it's something to be excited about.
Oh, yeah.
But what they announced next is far, far more exciting, and that is the Master Chief Collection. And the reason the Master Chief Collection is very cool is because it's Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4. You can take your favorite moments from those Halo, or your favorite chapters from those Halo games, put it in a playlist.
Huh.
That is very cool.
That is awesome.
And they gussied up the graphics quite a bit, but they haven't changed the engine. So the games still play exactly like they were the day they were released. They just look better. Also returning is the multiplayer for each game. So Halo 1 multiplayer.
That is awesome.
Because even today, the best multiplayer out of the Halo series is Halo 2.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So Halo 2 multiplayer will be available. This spans over 100 multiplayer maps.
That's crazy. That is crazy. You know, and
it's $60.
That's not bad, especially for all those games. That is awesome. And I mean, we talked about this. You know, we were saying, you know, Microsoft actually thought about not making another Halo game.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a seller to me, if you ask me.
Flag franchise. What I like about this is because right now you cannot play Halo 1 or Halo 2 multiplayer because they were on the original Xbox. That's no longer being serviced.
And the only way you do that is deathmatch with 4 people sitting at your house.
Yeah, local. But the online had been discontinued for years, and now you get to actually
get back
into it. So if it was your favorite game 10 years ago, it may still be your favorite game. This will bring back a chance to play that. I like this kind of continuation. I see a spike in
sales going
for
Microsoft right there because of that.
Yeah, this is probably the biggest announcement at E3.
Oh yeah,
with hands down. So yeah, looking forward to that. They showed inside ID at Xbox, which is a bunch of. It was like a plethora of indie titles that are coming to Xbox, which is pretty cool. Rise of the Tomb Raider. Now, of course, I very much enjoyed Tomb Raider this last time around. I'm looking forward to Rise of the Tomb Raider.
It's a really good game.
Shows Lara Croft starts out. She's sitting at a therapist office talking to a therapist from the events of the previous game, and then she's, you know, I can't deny who I am or my destiny, and blah. It looks really, really good, and it's of course continuing. Square Enix bringing this out.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
That is awesome.
Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt. This is a very pretty game. They actually showed gameplay. You're hunting a griffin. And what's unique is he's tracking the griffin footprints.
Right.
He's actually, because he's a monster hunter in this world. So it shows him tracking it through this open world environment.
Huh.
He finds it. He wounds it. And now he's tracking the blood. He gets in a confrontation along the way, and then continues his adventure. And he initially beheads the griffin at the end of the trailer. He's riding into town with the griffin head hanging off his horse. It looked pretty damn cool.
That was awesome. So we're actually seeing some new ideas coming out. This is actually, I think, maybe the last. This is based on a book series, right? And
of course, Witcher 1 and Witcher 2 was last year.
Huh.
So, Witcher 3, it's not a new IP. This is a sequel. So,
show you how much I pay attention.
Phantom Dust Reboot. I did not know what Phantom Dust was. I still don't know what Phantom Dust is. It's a card-based game on original Xbox that they're redoing. Apparently, it had a very cult following. And it looked pretty interesting. It was like these two people meet in a park. At first, the park is very pretty and looks like a normal. And then Armageddon and nothing's living around the world anymore. And these two engage in a fight. I don't know.
Huh. Okay. Sure.
It was a CGI trailer, teaser. I don't know. They did show The Division. The Division, of course, looks good. There was a lot of gameplay. It looked like scripted gameplay.
Wow.
We seen that last year, didn't we?
Wow.
So, yeah. Scalebound. Another Monster Hunter game, except this looks like a single-player Monster Hunter game. It looks, I don't know.
What's up with the Monster Hunter?
Like hydras and dragons.
So
and big burly beasts.
I have a feeling we're going away from the
zombies into monster hunting. When we get to Sony, we'll discuss that further because I agree with you. And then Crackdown is returning in a reboot. Of course, Crackdown 1, Crackdown 2 for the last year, and now we get the Crackdown, so they're making a new Crackdown.
I have a feeling they're going to be doing a lot of reboots.
A lot of reboots. I don't know. We'll have to see. The Crackdown the first one was really, really good.
Right.
The second one, not so much. So we'll have to see. So,
well, I mean, I've noticed though, even though they're not mentioning PS3, Xbox, and stuff like that, I was at Walmart last night, and you can get Uncharted 1 and Uncharted 2 for $20.
Yeah.
You go to GameStop and get all three of them for like $30.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're gonna start seeing a bunch of bundles and stuff like that.
I actually went to replace games that I had that were messed up.
Right.
That were not playing or they were skipping.
Yeah.
And I went and bought 3 games for $20 at GameStop.
And that's what I'm saying.
They're like $6 to $8
yeah,
a piece.
I'm gonna see
they're
a bundle, like certain game coming out as bundles. You know, not the ones that we get every year. That's going to be.
I would imagine we're going to start seeing HD collections.
Yeah.
On the next gen,
like
we did for God of War last time around.
Yep.
So yeah, absolutely.
So I mean,
could you see the Uncharted trilogy coming out before Uncharted 4 or something?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, probably. Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
Right.
Get it all right here, because why would you let your flagship game come out knowing that 37% of your people that bought a PlayStation 4 did not own a PlayStation 3 last time?
Right.
So yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Phil Spencer said Microsoft was going to be all about the games. He didn't disappoint. It was games, 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 games. No TV talk. No Kinect talk. No talk about 360. It was Xbox One games.
Which is awesome.
Which many of these
a great start.
Which many of these were third-party titles, but
still, it was games.
It was
a lot better than what we heard last time.
So, congratulations, Microsoft.